guys, Stephanie here, and I'm back with more movie chatter. And before I get going with today's video, I just wanted to take a minute and say Happy Hanukkah to everyone who is celebrating, and I hope you're having a wonderful holiday. And what I have for you today are my picks of the week, and I have two kind of new-ish releases, a little new, but not brand new, and then I have one brand new release. And I'm also going to talk about what's in the theater and what's coming to the theater. So I'm just going to get right into it with my first pick. It's called The Sea of Trees. It stars Matthew McConaughey and Naomi Watts. And we meet our main character, played by Matthew McConaughey. His name is Arthur, and he has purchased a one-way ticket to Japan, Tokyo in particular. And his destination is a place known as the Sea of Trees. And the name of the actual forest, and I hope I don't butcher this, it's the Aokigahara Forest, and it sits at the base of Mount Fuji. It also happens to be the world's number 2 or 3, second or third most popular destination for committing suicide, right behind the Golden Gate Bridge. And this is a true story. And he is going there, Arthur is going there to end his life. He has decided that this is the perfect place to end his life. When he gets there, he goes in, he has a bottle of pills, he's got a long trench coat on, an outfit and a long trench coat, he has a bottle of pills, a bottle of water, and an envelope with a name on it. And he sits up on a rock and he starts taking pills, and then he notices a man off in the distance. He says to the man, you know, do you need help? And the guy's clearly in distress, and he's disheveled, and you can tell that he's been wandering around. And the guy says, I've been lost in here for at least 2 days, I want to get out, I don't want to die here, I want to go home to my family. So Arthur says to him, I'm going to help you get out of here. And immediately what we see is how rugged the terrain in this place is. There's cliffs, there's rocks, there's also places in the forest where the trees are so dense. And I read about this online too. The trees are so dense that the sun never makes it to the forest floor. So it is bitterly cold, and the elements are just stacked against people who go in here. We also find out that because of the volcanic, the rock formations from Mount Fuji that form down there, GPS, compasses, none of that works. So they said, and this is true, they said that even the most experienced hikers go in here and they get totally turned around and lost, and many of them die. So some people go in there because they know they're going to commit suicide, and other people go in there thinking they're going to hike, and they end up dying in there. So this is the situation these two men have found themselves in. They're all turned around, and they are trying desperately to fight the elements and get this guy out of here. And meanwhile, Arthur still has his plan. And this story, the movie unfolds in a very non-linear way. We have a series of flashbacks that we see as they're going through the forest. We also have flashbacks that come in, and that tells Arthur's story. It tells us what happened in Arthur's life to bring him to this place where he is and where he wants to end his own life. And I don't want to get into the specifics of it because that will just ruin the movie for you. I want you to kind of experience it on your own, because that's how I did it. I didn't really know anything about this one going into it. I just went in blind. And I really enjoyed it. I think the first like 20 minutes of it is a little bit slow, but once the story really starts to unfold, there's no pacing issues. It moves along at a good clip. It's very interesting. The characters are great. Matthew McConaughey does a great job. Naomi Watts is really great. She's really believable and very good. The guy he meets in the forest is great. Like, all the acting was really good, really on par. The cinematography is amazing. It is a beautifully shot movie, and like I said, they show you how rugged the elements are and how rugged the terrain is in this forest. But you can definitely see how people would go in there and, even without the intention of dying, end up seriously injured or dead. So yeah, you can definitely get that from this movie. The thing with this one is the ending. Now, the ending of this movie is one of those endings that, for me personally, changed the whole movie. So right there you have your rewatchability. And what I found is that as soon as I saw that ending, I wanted to go back and revisit what I had just seen for the last 2 hours, because I knew I was going to see it from a totally different perspective. And that's what I'm going to tell you about this one, because like I said, anything else that I tell you is going to absolutely destroy the movie. So yeah, my first pick would be Sea of Trees, and even though it gets some scathing reviews, if you look on IMDb, there are some scathing reviews for this movie, which I just don't understand. It was booed at Cannes, and it's a very divisive movie. Some people love it, some people hate it. So my challenge to you guys is that you can stream it for free on Netflix. So if you have Netflix, check it out on Netflix and let me know what you think. Leave it in the comments. Tell me if you've seen it. Tell me if you loved it or you hated it and why. And if you haven't, after you watch it, come back and let me know what you thought of it, because I would really be interested, because I really enjoyed it. The person I watched it with really enjoyed it. And I talked to several other people who have seen it and they all enjoyed it. So I don't know what all the hate is about, but I wouldn't believe it. I would go and give this one a chance. If you don't want to buy it, don't worry about it. Just rent it wherever you rent your movies, or stream it on Netflix. But yeah, Sea of Trees is a good one, I think. And I'd be curious to get your feedback on it. But yeah, that's my first pick for this week. And this second pick is put out by Dread Central. It was from 2017, and I believe I read that this is the very first documentary they ever put out. It's called To Hell and Back, the Kane Hodder Story. And those of you who are fans of horror, you already know who Kane Hodder is. I don't have to sell him to you. But this man is a horror icon. And whether you know who Kane Hodder is or not, or if you're a horror fan or not, you're going to really enjoy this. This is a really, really good documentary. It's very well done. And it's based on a book. Kane Hodder told his story to a young man who wrote a book, and then they rehash it in the documentary. But I found this to be an amazingly entertaining and amazingly well done documentary. We go all the way back to Kane Hodder's childhood, and he tells different things that happened in his childhood that affected him. There's things that happened to him as a young man that affected him. And I'm not going to get into those because I want you to experience those for yourself. Again, those would all be spoilers, and I don't want to do that. If you know Kane Hodder, you may know some of these stories already, but I don't know. I think a lot of this stuff was kind of put out there for the first time from what he said. But I found him to be very likable, very smart, very candid. He's a very candid man. He doesn't hide anything. He doesn't fluff anything. I mean, he puts it all out there, and it's very genuine. He's a very genuine man, and his story is really amazing. He has been to hell and back, and he is an amazing man. And let me tell you, he has worked so hard for everything he has. He has an amazing list of accomplishments. If you look at his filmography, between the stunts, he's an accomplished stunt man. That was his first part in Hollywood. He was an accomplished stunt man. He's been a stunt coordinator. He played Jason Voorhees in several installments of the Friday the 13th franchise. I believe he played Jason for the longest amount of time of all the actors who have played Jason. And he also played Victor Crowley in the Hatchet series, so that's another series he was in, another franchise that he was in. And then he has other films that, like I said, he was either a stuntman, stunt coordinator, or he had smaller parts in. But yeah, he has quite a career, and this guy has worked so hard for everything that he has accomplished. If anyone is deserving of a career, it is this guy. He is amazing. And he's very fan friendly. He's very appreciative of all his fans. He likes to go to the conventions. He likes to meet with his fans. He likes to talk to them. They said he's very approachable. They said he'll answer the same question 15 times in a row and with the same enthusiasm as the first time. So he's just a really easy guy to cheer for. And I really enjoyed getting to know him through this documentary. And you hear from a lot of different people. You meet a lot of people in the industry. You hear from people like Robert Englund, who's best known as Freddy Krueger, and Bruce Campbell, Ash, and a lot of different stunt coordinators, stunt people, other actors and actresses. And you also hear from his family members, which was really cool. When especially at the end, when they had his two sons talking and his wife. And really amazing. He's had an amazing life, and he continues to have an amazing career. So whether you're a fan of horror or not, I say check this one out. And even if you never watch a Kane Hodder movie, definitely you're going to want to see his documentary and learn about him just as a person. But if you are a horror fan at all, I can tell you you're going to want to see every single thing he's ever done after you watch this documentary. But it's a really good one. And I thought the picture quality was great, and it doesn't have a lot of special features, but it does have 90 minutes of deleted scenes. So the documentary itself was 106 minutes, and then you have, like I said, the 90 minutes of deleted scenes. So that's like a whole nother movie that you can check out. It also has trailers, I'm assuming, of different movies that he's been in. But yeah, this is a really good one, and what a great surprise this was. So like I said, if you're a fan of Kane Hodder, definitely you're going to put it on your list. It's a little pricey. It's like $25. I'll link it down in the description, but I think it's worth every penny, and you're definitely going to want to have it in your collection if you are a Kane Hodder or a horror fan. And this last one should be a no-brainer. It is the big release of the week. It is Tom Cruise Mission Impossible Fallout. And this is the 4K Ultra HD set. I did not go with the Steelbook. I know you guys are shocked, but I didn't go with the Steelbook. I have not seen this yet, but I did put it in to see how the 4K looks. It looks amazing. It sounds amazing. In the clips I watched, I just wanted to sit and watch the whole movie, but I'm kind of saving it for the weekend because I have people that want to see it with me. But this is supposed to be the action film of the year, so I am really, really looking forward to this because I am a huge fan of the whole Mission Impossible franchise. I've seen all of them, and I did not see this one in the theaters, and I'm kicking myself, but I can't wait to sit down and watch it at home. And if you are interested in the 4K version, this one actually is pretty cool. It comes with a booklet about Tom Cruise and his stunts, because as you know, or if you don't know, Tom Cruise is known for doing all his own stunts. I mean, he is crazy when it comes to doing his stunts. It's also a 3-disc collection. It has the 4K, and it has the Blu-ray, and then it has the special features. So you get the flip tray, and you get the book. And I believe the book is also included with the Steelbook. So you get it with either the 4K or the Steelbook. But yeah, Mission Impossible Fallout, action movie of the year. So definitely put it on your list, rent it, Redbox it, stream it, buy it, whatever, but just watch it. Alright, so those are my picks for home. And as for the theater, we still have Creed 2, which is doing very well. The Grinch is out there for the kids, and also Ralph Breaks the Internet for the family-friendly movies. We also still have Bohemian Rhapsody is still out there, and Widows is doing really well. Widows is one that I have not seen that's on my radar, but I hear really good things about that one. And then Green Book is doing very well also. So those are some choices for movies that are out there. And then we have a new one opening this week called Ben is Home, and it stars Julia Roberts. And I watched the trailer for that one, and it looks really good. I heard it's one of Julia Roberts' best performances in years. And she plays a mom of a son who comes home. He comes home unexpectedly for the holidays. I believe Christmas he comes home for. And he has come from a sober living environment. I guess he has some addiction issues. And as he is home, it seems that she's afraid he's falling back into his old ways, and he's getting involved with some bad people. And it seems she is afraid that she is going to end up having to bury her son, and she's trying to prevent that. But it looks like a really good film. It's being really well received, and I mean, all the numbers look really good. You know, pre-opening numbers or pre-screening numbers look really good. It looks like it's being really well received. That's a mouthful for me. Anyway, so that would be the one that I would suggest, the new one opening up this week, Ben is Home. So those are my picks for theater, and hopefully between the theater and the home pile, you found one or two or a few things that you're interested in to entertain you. And that is going to do it for me today. I want to thank you guys as always for watching. I hope you enjoyed this. If you did, give it a thumbs up, leave me some comments, subscribe, hit the bell so you know when I upload my videos. And I actually filmed a video before this one that I'm going to upload probably over the weekend, and it's a horror segment, my top 10 favorite vampire movies. So you have that to look forward to in the next day or two, probably 2 days. I want to give this one a little room to breathe. Anyway, that's going to do it for me today, and I will be back again real soon, like I said, with the horror segment. So for now, that's a wrap.